It's the photograph the world was waiting for. The Princess of Wales smiling with her 3 children in the first official photograph to be released by Kensington Palace since Princess Catherine underwent abdominal surgery in January. The photo, which was published on the Prince and Princess of Wales Instagram account, was captioned, "Thank you for your kind wishes and continued support over the last 2 months. Wishing everyone a happy Mother's Day." The palace claims it was taken by Prince William in Windsor last week. The image was initially shared around the world in an effort from the palace to quash concerns and wild conspiracies around Princess Catherine's well-being. But within a matter of hours, 4 of the world's biggest photo agencies issued a kill notice over legitimate concerns the photograph may have been doctored.
And what we're seeing here is highlights of these photos that show anomalies. The hands don't match up. There's extra parts of these pictures. There's the floorboards behind them that don't actually line up. These are all signs of things being photoshopped.
Global news agencies, including the Associated Press and Reuters, issued the takedown notices to their media clients, alleging the image may have been manipulated with AI. Royal expert Josh Rom explains the litany of errors when it comes to this photograph.
But what we do know is that various news agencies have pulled the photograph that Kensington Palace themselves released earlier from their servers because they allege that AI technology may have been involved to edit the photo. What they say is that there are various elements of the photo which may or may not look suspicious. They say that Princess Charlotte's wrist of the sleeve of her jumper appears that it may have been digitally altered. There may have been an issue with the heel of her foot and the pavement that's in the photograph as well. One of Prince Louis's fingers appears longer than the others. They say that some of the leaves in the photograph and the background of the photograph don't match up with the current climate that's happening in the UK right now, bearing in mind that this photo was meant to have been taken after the princess's surgery. They also say there's a real litany of problems. It's been very widely recognised that Princess Catherine is not wearing her wedding ring in the photos as well. It's been suggested by some online that her right hand holding on to Prince Louis looks slightly bit blurry as well. There is a whole litany of so-called errors when it comes to this photograph that have been pointed out online ever since the photo has been released by Kensington Palace. And I think this might be a bit of an own goal for the palace, because although they're trying to quell any sort of concerns over the princess's whereabouts, this does absolutely nothing to combat the speculation that has been going on, created by the vacuum due to the palace saying absolutely or saying hardly anything since her very serious operation.
Princess Catherine's lengthy recovery prompted wild speculation about her well-being. Last week, News Corp broadcaster Piers Morgan called on Kensington Palace to release a photograph of the Princess of Wales to address those concerns. He posted on X, "If the Princess of Wales is now well enough to be out and about in a car, which is great news, she should kill the paparazzi market by releasing a picture. Bit absurd that the rest of the world is seeing the TMZ photo, but Brits, whose taxes pay for the royals, can't." But the photograph the palace has released appears to have backfired and is making headlines around the world. The UK Daily Telegraph has gone with this front page: "Photo from palace was doctored, says agencies." The Daily Mail has led with this: "This joyous Mother's Day snap was meant to be the reassurance we all needed, but has it backfired?" And News Corp broadcaster Piers Morgan posted on X, "If, as this astounding AP kill notice claims, the palace manipulated that Kate photo to quash all the wild conspiracy theories about her, then they'll have just made things 100 times worse."
We haven't seen the Princess of Wales officially since Christmas Day. She's recovering in private after abdominal surgery. Her office advised there'd be no running commentary, but couldn't control the internet conspiracies and international media interest.
Una buona notizia, no? Rivedere Kate Middleton.
Kate Middleton, la princesa de Gales, reapareció en público.
There's people freaking out all over the place, starting conspiracy theory.
Allegations the photo has been doctored will likely only feed further conspiracy theories about the Princess of Wales' well-being. Royal expert Josh Rom says this photograph shows the palace is under extra pressure to prove to the public everything is under control. Are you concerned that maybe Princess Catherine is not that well if they have released an image that has been doctored or manipulated in some way? What does that tell us about her condition?
I actually don't think I'm majorly concerned. I actually think, in a way, the TMZ photograph kind of puts to bed any sort of, any sort of concern that she is seriously unwell. We know that she's been seen in a car with her mother, Carol Middleton. We know that she is at least well enough to travel, sit upright in a car seat. So I think the TMZ photograph has suggested that actually there aren't any major concerns there over her whereabouts. We know she's continuing to recover in the Windsor estates. We also know that Prince William's spokesperson has said that the prince is more focused on his work and is not focused on social media, hinting that he's not too bothered about all the crazy speculation and conspiracy theories that have been going on online. So I don't think there are any major concerns, so to speak, but this seems that I think what it does show, it seems that if it is digitally altered, that the palace seem to be under extra pressure to show the public everything is okay, and may or may not go to great lengths in order to kind of portray that narrative.
Kensington Palace is yet to respond to concerns that this image may have been altered, and royal experts agree that this is not a good look for the palace at a time that there's a stripped-back monarchy while King Charles continues to receive treatment for cancer, and just last week Queen Camilla took a break from attending royal engagements. Prince William has also scaled back his engagements to support his wife.
Now, we don't know what manipulation of the image actually means, so we don't know how much of this image isn't its original form. Is it a filter? Are there tweaks? We just simply don't know. What we do know is that Kensington Palace have declined to comment about this, and it just makes it all the more bizarre. And in terms of the speculation around this photo, it is only going to fuel the fires, I think, of those conspiracy theorists.
So are we going to hear more from the palace? I suppose those conspiracy theories are once again going wild now this image may have been altered. Is Kensington Palace going to respond to some of them?
Well, we do know that the news agencies themselves have reached out to Kensington Palace urging for urgent clarification for this. I doubt Kensington Palace will respond to this. As of this time of speaking, Kensington Palace have not yet responded to those notifications wanting clarifications. The Kensington Palace have said right at the beginning that the princess urges for privacy as she recovers from this very serious operation, and that they're only going to be commenting on very serious developments when it relates to the princess. So I don't think that Kensington Palace are going to respond unless something is very urgent here. I think there may have to be some clarification when it comes to this particular image, but overall, when it comes to the state of the princess's recovery, I highly doubt that Kensington Palace are going to give any more updates unless they are of very significant nature.
It's a pretty massive PR disaster for the palace. Would you agree?
I think this may not go down well for a PR for a PR perspective. As I said before, I think it's a real own goal for the palace when, I think the palace has of course been sticking by the mantra, never complain, never explain. When it comes to the princess's recovery, they haven't been giving any other updates, any significant updates. They've been very much keeping laying down when it comes to Princess Catherine's recovery on this. So I think the fact that that this image may have been the AI may have been involved in digitally altering this image. It's not a good look for the palace, especially at such a grave time for the royal family, where their resources are really stretched as other members of the royal family either take breaks or recover from their own injuries, Prince William having to step up. This isn't a good time for the royal family at a time where there is a stripped back monarchy. So I think that from a PR perspective, this is just another thing to add to the list, especially when this vacuum has been building because they haven't been commenting. This does absolutely nothing to quell the rumours.
So, how are people around the world responding to the revelations this image may have been altered by AI?
Even on Celebrity Big Brother, it was asked by Ekin-Su, and I think that just sort of tells everybody that she is healthy and she's okay.
She's not ready for that, and I think she needs to be left alone.
I think if something wasn't published today on Mother's Day, then we'd probably be saying, oh, maybe something's up that way.
There is kind of a sense of caution here, but a sense, because Kensington Palace themselves released this image. So, there is no doubt that this image is at least authentic. It very much shows the Princess of Wales enjoying the company of her 3 children. There is absolutely no doubt in at least the authenticity of the photo. That is not being pulled into question. I think it's more of a PR perspective for the palace.
At this stage, the Princess of Wales is not expected to resume public duties until after Easter at the earliest. While speculation swirls over allegations the image was manipulated, people around the world are wishing Princess Catherine a speedy recovery.